Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. And oh boy, we're here on the island.
Yeah, which island?
The big
No,
important
not
island.
which island?
The Waypoint.
Baranco's Island.
Yeah,
Waypoint.
Yeah, Waypoint.
Waypoint.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming that we're at because, we said,
That-
hey, boat,
that
hey,
is
boat,
where we
take
left
us home.
So yes.
Yeah.
So let's recap. What happened last time?
On Critical
On
Hit.
Critical Hit, we discovered that the drumstick is some form of elder fae god fox on a mission. And she has been dropped off with Zarza to go off on some future great adventure.
Mhm.
To do foxy things. And the ship was apparently either built by or built of Uranco. So when we told it to take us home, it went straight home to Waypoint. And then we were stuck on the island. And then there were people, and they were like, we hate these guys, grr.
Okay.
The Asmodeus guys, the halflings
Right, yes,
that we
not
see,
us
which are
guys,
the people
the
that Matthew
Asmodeus.
was referring to, hate the Asmodeus guys, not us. For a change.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
we're awesome.
and they said that we might be able to find someone who could help us, but they're in jail. And so we were going to go bust them out.
Jailbreak.
Because that's what we do.
All right. So you guys just, I believe they made you guys a map about how to get to the jail, which is not properly a jail. It's just been converted to a jail by the occupying forces.
Okay, where's that map at?
It was given to one of you.
Ah, okay.
So, little Sparkle, one supposes.
Yep.
So yes, you guys set out from the people's houses that you broke and entered into, down the street towards the makeshift jail, and you are. How are you traveling? Are you just Are you just hauling, or are you trying to?
Oh, definitely trying to be sneaky considering the, Asmodean presence. So Sparkle would probably try to use a combination of streetwise and stealth to find us a good path in terms of alleys and buildings that look vacant and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a streetwise check.
Absolutely. That would require me having my
Is that
character
from
sheet out, which I
all of
didn't
us, or
do
did
yet.
you just
One second.
need...
If somebody else has a decent streetwise and wants to throw in, you can.
Yay.
Mine's only 15, so I don't think so.
Yeah, mine is more than twice that. But I also
Jeez.
rolled pretty low, so
All right, let's see if Ked gives you a bonus.
I give a bonus.
Get
All right,
Does
well,
give you a
bonus,
bonus.
bonus,
that
something.
takes me to 41. So hopefully
That's pretty
that'll
good.
be.
For those of you listening at home, she rolled a 3, he rolled a 2.
Oh, God.
That's a good foot to start the game.
Mhm.
Get the bat out
so
early.
Actually, their modifier is over 60, so I'm like,
yeah, so when you talk to the halflings, they're like, oh yeah, we'll show you where the jail is, and they drew you a map, but the map is definitely straight line to where the jail is. So that would keep you in the open. So if you're going to stick to the shadows, you can go down some alleys instead.
Yeah, I'll talk to them before we leave once I've looked at that and be see if they've got any advice on, either alleys or friendly places that we can duck into as necessary.
They're like, I don't know. We're just we got a still in the back, and this is the path that we take to get there.
All right. Well, I'll try to do what we can.
Yeah. You guys want to take some booze with you?
Sure. Never hurts to have some booze on you. Thank you.
Yeah. They give each of you guys a wineskin full of something pretty strong.
Oh yeah, I forgot we
better.
took at least some of it previously because we were gonna maybe make a Molotov cocktail to start a fire as a distraction.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, actually, they gave you a whole barrel of it. So
Yeah,
who has the
Yeah.
barrel?
I assume Sakar.
Okay.
Yeah, who has the hand me that piano? Who's gonna take it? Yeah, I have a barrel.
Okay.
It's my thing. I'm the strong guy.
Yeah. You can carry it over your shoulder like Donkey Kong if you really want.
I was thinking about just like wearing it like a guy in an old movie.
You can make a strap for it basically with either a chain or a belt or something.
We'll throw a cloth over it and you can hunch over.
Yeah. And then
Sanctuary.
then everybody will think you're a cart.
Yeah.
Cart that talks like Peter Lorre for some reason.
All right. So so you guys set out to go down some alleys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be as sneaky as a 6'5" vampire man carrying a barrel of booze can be.
Well, fortunately, the point of taking the back alleys is that you're not going to be very visible, right? You never know what you're going to run into, but at least, people sitting on top of buildings and stuff that might be keeping a lookout are probably not going to see you.
Good call.
Mhm.
So yes, you guys travel for a bit, and as you travel, you start running into some discrepancies on the map.
Mm.
And at first it's like, okay, well, maybe it's not the scale, or maybe they didn't get the buildings quite right. But no, after a while, it's like, no, this map just appears to be completely wrong.
That tracks.
Now the question is, are they just bad at geography, or did they intentionally sabotage us?
That's an interesting question. Why doesn't everybody give me a perception check?
Or an insight.
Yeah, there's also the possibility that because of the nature of the island, it's impossible to navigate if you're not from here, given its weirdness.
Yeah, go ahead. Perception or insight, whichever one's better. Just let me know what you rolled.
32.
17.
55.
Matthew, was that
Holy
perception, Matthew?
No.
That was perception, yes.
Don't you get to roll twice for perception?
Hey, I get to roll twice for perception. Would you like me to re-roll the whole roll or just roll it again?
No, just roll one more.
46.
Okay. So do we have
For perception.
Do we have the high at insight of 55?
Yes.
And perception at 46?
Yes.
Those are very high numbers.
Yeah, Ket's pretty sure that the halflings weren't trying to deliberately deceive you. And Sakar notices that the one landmark that you can presumably see from anywhere in the island appears to have moved relative to you in a fashion that shouldn't be happening given the movement that you've undertaken. That is to say, maybe it was the lighthouse was in front and maybe 20 degrees to the right, and now it's in front and 45 degrees to the left, and your guys are still traveling along the same axis.
So whatever the in-universe version of non-Euclidean would be, that's the kind of geometry we're dealing with.
It's very likely that you guys moved. If you spend some time looking at, for example, the street, the cobblestones are different than they were before. So it's likely that when you move from one district to another, you're not moving into contiguous districts.
Fun.
Interesting.
You guys hear some noise coming back the way you came.
Is it the kind of noise that will find itself with a sword in its face?
Well, it sounds like talking.
Is there anywhere to hide?
Yeah. There's, this is like an alley, presumably.
Yeah. Let's duck in, and I'll try to stick to the shadows and try to hear what's being said.
Okay. Well, it's a language that you don't understand, but you recognize.
Wait, no, I do. I think I understand all languages.
I thought
I can understand any spoken language because of my Ironstone of perfect language.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder if you can identify what language it is, or if it's like a TARDIS situation where just everybody sounds like they're from Sussex.
Yeah. So all creatures hear my words in their native language. It's unclear whether how I hear them.
Well, we'll say that just from the timbre of the voice, you can tell that it's Gith talking. And they just seem to be talking about the shipment and when they get to ship off.
What language did the Gith use?
Githian.
Yeah, it's Gith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have their own language.
I'm glad you understand them.
They seem to be deploying somewhere.
How many?
I guess staring back at the map and like trying to figure out where oh, so is it because we've been sticking to the alleys that we've gotten lost, and if we actually stuck to the map, we would not get lost?
It's possible that the map, either that the jail is in the same district and thus wouldn't require any or wouldn't take any issues, except that you guys took a different route and crossed districts somewhere along the way, or that the map takes that district into account. But these guys being natives, who knows, right? They didn't write any instructions like make sure that you hop across this street on one foot to make sure you don't end up in a volcano.
Oh, all right. Let's just maybe try to retrace our steps and follow the map as closely as possible to avoid whatever weirdness is in effect on this island.
Okay.
We can try.
You guys start walking back the way you came.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As you start to traverse back the way you came, you guys just like turn a corner and there's just two Gith like standing there.
Are they looking at us or?
Oh yeah,
we're
they're
behind
looking
them?
right at you.
Oh, okay.
Like
I'm gonna take their heads off. I'm gonna
We're gonna
attack.
just walk by like nothing's wrong.
Chop their heads
Okay.
off.
Okay. Orem starts whistling. Sakar jumps at them. The one closest to you, like basically puts his palms out, like jerks back and puts his palms out, and basically there's this like wall of force that just like slams into you guys and pushes you. Basically, you guys were kind of, or let's say like to your left, there was a blind alley. So basically, he like shoots you down that alley, and you guys just like smash through the partition to the alley to find yourselves in a I don't know what the best way to call it is. It's like I guess it's like a courtyard, but it's like for either stores or warehouses. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the storefronts face towards the street, but then the back of the stores all have like a communal area for like storage or whatever.
Sure.
And as you guys pick yourselves up, you see that in said stores and around this courtyard, there are a lot more Gith.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Like a lot more.
Are they on foot?
Yep.
So none of them are
Some of
mounted.
them,
We don't have to look a Gith horse in the mouth.
I mean, noted. So they kind of immediately take notice of you. Some of them have weapons, mostly like scimitar type things, or like cutlasses. Some of them are like, like or whatever, but they're all like basically they're all circling, and there's like 40 of them. Some of them are like in second floor balconies, and they just like hop down and essentially start like tightening up the circle around you.
Oh boy.
Yay.
You guys hear a shout from one of the buildings, and standing on top of one of the buildings, there is another Gith. This one looks pretty big, and when he shouts, all the other Giths stop, and then he proceeds to say something which to the rest of you sounds like but to Little Sparkle, she's like, "These are the outlaws that killed my brother, so I will be taking my revenge on them. And he brings his hand to his forehead, which you guys can now see has a very large black gem on it. At which point, one of the boxes in the alley bursts open, and a cylinder that's almost 5 feet long. I guess it's not a cylinder because like both ends come to a point, right? So imagine it's kind of like think of like an octagonal prism, and then all of the points at both ends come to a point. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's like a little cone at each end.
So kind of like the effect that used to happen when we would shift vertices.
Kind of. I mean, it's a geometrical shape, but it's not an octahedron.
Okay.
It's like a prism, right? So it's like
Sure.
long, and then the ends just come to a point. But anyway, it's a white, sort of calcareous-looking substance that this thing is made of. It floats towards him, as does a chain. He, as it comes towards him, grabs it, and the chain, and he puts it on his back, and the chain wraps itself around him, so that he's basically has this thing strapped to his back, and he jumps down, and lands with a big kaboom, and all of the other Giths start to cheer as he rushes towards you guys. Let's roll initiative.
I trick it.
All right.
This is Orm's fault.
It's all
It is, but it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he killed his brother to get Orm out of his forehead.
It's cool. We'll kill him. We'll get over it. It'll be fine.
What's Ket's initiative?
Oh, sorry. Didn't hear you. 22.
Okay. A little Sparkle.
41.
Okay. Oram.
42.
Randus.
29.
And Sakar.
34.
Let me just get one last thing on here.
The universe which hates us has to torture us. It's fine.
Yep.
We're not.
I mean, what else would you expect from it?
Here you guys are, right? You guys can see yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's some crates around and some barrels. Those are blocking terrain. Generally speaking, you can't cross them. If you want to cross them, you need to make an athletics check. And they're still gonna eat 2 squares as you cross them. But you can get cover behind them and things like that. Although, yeah, they're not tall enough that you can't shoot across. You just, whatever's on the other side of it as cover. All of these guys over here around the area are not attacking you right now. They are just actively or very actively cheering and, being very supportive of their boss, who wants to beat you up himself. All right. Any questions?
What's that aura?
That aura, which is fine. I was just gonna get to it when it triggered, but that aura is an aura of powerful psychic energy that is going to deal psychic damage to you when your turn starts in the aura.
Yay.
I have resistance to something now, right?
Any other questions?
How big
Are
is this
the
dude?
onlookers actually considered enemies?
Not really. They're more of an obstacle than anything.
Okay, so I cannot curse anything except for the mega boss.
If you wanted to curse one of them, I guess I'd let you do that if you really wanted.
I mean, I'm gonna want to curse the mega boss, but I get to curse 2 things at once anyways, so I might as well curse something else.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, if I can just kind of take something out to get a little extra benefit every once in a while, that seems really helpful.
I'm willing to allow that. So what else? Anything else?
Do we have an egress for escape?
I mean, there are ways to escape out of this area, but they're all blocked.
Okay.
So presumably you could get out of this area, but you might wanna figure out what's going on first before you haul off.
So I take it that crystal does look pretty similar to the one that was in Orm's, that wound up containing Orm.
It's different, but it's in the same place, and it wouldn't be crazy to think that it is in fact the same thing or something very similar.
It's messed up.
Yeah, it might just be that Orm's was the prototype, and this is the actual first wave being put out.
Or maybe the real Orm is inside that one.
Yeah,
possible.
Boy.
It is black like your soul.
Yeah.
If we crack it open, we get Nega Orm.
Yeah. He's a pretty nice guy once you get to know him.
He's a really nice guy. We're going to have waffles next week.
Yeah. All right. Everybody ready?
And maybe.
No, but
As ready as I'm ever going to be.
Yes. Not going to get any more ready.
Let's go then. So first up, we have Orm. Orm, go ahead and take 30 psychic damage.
Thank you.
You guys fill in your
Nope, getting ready
your
to
hit points
right now.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Yeah.
You might want to do that.
You said how many?
30.
I am going to go ahead and cast Delayed Blast Fireball.
Okay.
You create a small orb of energy that hovers by you until the end of your next turn. While the orb persists, you can use the secondary power. Once you do so, the orb is destroyed. Sustain minor, the orb persists until the end of your next turn. So I can kind of hold that back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is an area burst 2 within 20 squares. So I'm going to go ahead and... How does that work? Because... Oh, okay. So that's the minor action. Okay. So the minor action is to do this. And so in my hands, I just kind of open my hand and this little glowing orb kind of floats out of my hand and hovers above my head, kind of encircling my head like a little crown, moving slowly.
Okay.
And then for my move action, I'm going to move back outside of the range to here. So I'm going to move back basically 2 squares. So I'm just outside the aura. And then for my standard action, close burst 2 within 20. So that would catch Ket and Randus. So I'm going to have it strike 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to have it strike right behind the Gith guy. I'm going to have it shoot up in the air and land right behind this guy. Area burst 2 within 20 squares. Each creature in the burst, so that should keep those 2 guys out of the way.
Okay.
And it is, that's a 36.
Versus reflex?
Versus reflex.
That is not going to hit him.
Okay, it will do half damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 36 divided by 2 is, what is that? 18 damage.
As Orem shoots that fireball, first off, it's a brand new spell, so he doesn't aim it particularly well. And second, it does seem to be extra weak. For those of you that are familiar with the potency of Orem's spells, it doesn't really seem to have hit particularly hard. Next up is Little Sparkle. Take 30 psychic.
Ouch. Then she will shout out, and it will hear this in Gith, I guess. You better hope for your mother's sake you should drop that gem and run. And so she will glare at him using Deacidal Eye, which is a minor action.
Okay.
So one creature within a close burst 10, it'll be him. It will is under this effect until I am reduced to 0 hit points, which is that my attacks ignore any resistance or immunities he has, and he gains vulnerable 5 to my attacks. If he is higher level than me, it's going to be vulnerability 10, and if he is both higher level than me and a solo monster, it will be vulnerability 15.
Wow.
So I currently have combat advantage against him since he is not acted yet.
Correct.
So I think we're going to start out by using a second daily. So she's actually going to shift back to out of his aura. Actually, she'll just, I suppose, let me double check. Daggers I can throw them pretty far. So, yeah, she's going to just move back to not be threatened by this minion gift, but back here to make the aura pretty far away from her. And then just chuck the transposing dagger at him with using every trick in the book. So she's going to make a single attack that's going to be checked against all of his defenses. All right, 46 compared against each of his defenses, and depending on which ones it hits, it's going to have different effects.
That's going to hit all of his defenses.
Fantastic. So let me roll a bunch of damage. So he will take 61 damage.
Okay.
And he is slowed, save ends, knocked prone, and dazed, save ends.
And then he is, in fact, a higher level than you and a solo, so that's an additional 15.
Correct.
Dang.
And then I get to shift 3 squares +1 for every defense I hit. So I'm actually just going to move to be further behind this box and make a stealth check, if that's all right.
Sure.
Become hidden.
Okay, but did you move more than 2 squares?
I'll just move the 2 squares then to not take the -5 penalty.
Yep, go ahead.
I feel like the jerks watching are just going to be like, she's right there.
Yeah. 44.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been wanting to fight a solo monster for so long.
Oh.
So yeah, little Sparkle cuts a whole promo and just nails him like right in the gem with her dagger before it disappears and reappears back in her hand. And yeah, it looks like it really walloped him, but being so walloped appears to have destabilized his psionic field.
Oh, no.
Is that bad?
You'd think.
Let me tell you something, Gith brother.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
He's dazed, so he'll just stay where he's at and make an attack. So this will be a close burst 3, so it should just get with everybody in the aura right now.
Okay.
So he's like trying to get his bearings, and his gem will glow, and a spiral of multicolor energy will unfurl out of it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Multicolored spiral.
Yep.
You guys have any friends that use multicolor spiral magic?
Ooh,
Okay.
That's a good roll.
Spiral.
That is a good roll. So now we're going to compare it to everybody on the board, or anybody who got who's in the patterns non-AC defenses. So does that miss anybody's non-AC defenses?
No.
Okay.
It's
None
close,
of 'em.
but no.
Yeah, that's about as high as he could roll without double destroying you. So for hitting your ref,
it's gonna be this guy again.
Yeah. So that will be 40 fire damage.
Ooh.
Fire?
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
Multicolored
Fire, you
energy.
say.
How much fire damage can I soak right now?
-3. Ow.
Can I take an immediate interrupt even though I haven't acted?
Yeah. Presumably, yeah.
I think I'll go ahead and activate elemental countermeasures.
Okay.
Might be better holding off on this, but we'll see. I can make an Arcana check if I take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, and reduce the damage by the result divided by 2.
Okay, you're just gonna do that now?
Yeah.
That's a one-time thing, right? You're just reducing the damage
it's
now?
going to be a counter power.
How much fire damage?
I was just looking for my
this
Arcana.
is
There
40.
it is. All right.
40?
44.
My resistance is 19, so I take 21.
Okay.
I too would like to activate a triggered power.
Okay.
So 29 of it is soaked.
Okay.
I'm going to use Infernal Wrath. Enemy within 10 squares of me hits me. He takes 3d6 plus my mod and fire damage.
Okay, we'll do that. Remember that, and we'll do that when he's done dealing damage to you. So for hitting your reflex, he does that much damage, which you guys reduce however you reduce it. And then you have ongoing 30 fire save ends.
Okay.
Because he hit your fortitude, he's going to deal 25 cold, and you are immobilized, save ends.
So 15 cold.
And then for hitting your will, he will deal 28 radiant.
Oh, God.
No, it's like what I did.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I went ahead and used.
And he gets to teleport you. So he'll teleport you here, here, and here.
Oh boy.
Hold on.
Now he's gonna close burst again, and it's gonna be real mean.
Okay, now Infernal Wrath, right?
17 fire damage.
Okay.
Plus the 15 if he's still vulnerable, I guess.
It does just a little sparkle.
Yeah. He's vulnerable to me.
She's the one with the deicital eye.
So is the snail
Got
covering his bar?
I
or
kill gods. Yes, that's true. You should definitely try to use your leadery powers to make me hit him because it will go well.
Okay. All right, moving on. We'll go to Sakar. Take 100 psychic damage.
Right.
Dang.
Well, then he takes 20 in return.
For what?
My amulet of psychic interference. There's a vial of blood around my neck, and anytime I get hit or missed with a power that has a psychic keyword, he takes damage.
He did not hit you with a psychic power. This is an aura.
Was the prior one a psychic power?
Let's see. Fire, cold, radiant. Nope.
Okay.
Brutal.
Definitely teleport as well. So it would have a teleport keyword.
I hate this guy. However, that's not the only immediate reaction I have. And he just bloodied me.
Well, so before you
No, I'm sad.
before you tell us that, this is your turn, so you're actually not allowed to take immediate actions on your turn.
Well, then I'm
Also a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was 100. That's a lot more than 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like 5 times?
It's 30 normally, 100 now.
Oh boy.
Because he hit us with the other power, probably. Possibly.
Because his head hurts.
Oh, it's about to hurt a heck of a lot more.
He's like Psyduck.
Yep.
Right.
Do you do us?
Well, this throws all of my plans into disarray, so I'm going to take a moment and...
Do you do a save at the beginning of your turn, or was that Torque?
I do saves at the beginning of my turns, so I need to save. Can I save?
Oh yeah,
You can
speaking of
save against
saves,
fire.
he is entitled to saves against the dazed and slowed at the end of his turn.
So do my saves, can all of them come, or is it one save at the beginning of my
so you
turn?
get one save, so you can pick what you're saving against.
Okay, what have I got?
You are on fired and you are immobilized.
I'm going to demobilize myself.
That's probably a good call. So roll a save versus immobilized.
Son of a... 2.
All right. So now take 30 fire, please.
I hate you. Okay. I've now taken 35. Is there anything else you'd like to hurt me with before my turn actually begins?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Let's see
I
what
just
else
wanted to make sure. All right. So, immobilized.
Mhm.
I can't attack.
You can't move. You can
You
attack.
can't move. You can attack.
You can attack if you have anything that either gives you reach or is a ranged attack.
So teleport moves are move attacks.
Teleport are also fine.
Yeah, if it's part of if it's part of the action, you can teleport. Actually,
But
yeah,
I can't
no,
use my
actually,
power
never
that
mind.
says
You can
you
teleport no
teleport.
matter what. Even if you're immobilized, you can always teleport.
Oh, good. So I can use Earth Stride and I can teleport.
Yep.
Okay, good. Can I teleport here?
Sure.
Or you could teleport on the other side of him and be flank. and flank.
I'm trying to figure out how many squares I can teleport equal to my con modifier. My con modifier right now is a 3, so I can move 3 squares.
So
So the
that
most I can
could,
move is like here.
Or behind, yeah.
Is
so
there
either-
any?
you can actually move to any square that's adjacent to him with 3 squares from where you were. So
Okay. I wasn't sure if I could teleport through him and Ket
Yep.
with my
yeah,
power.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Teleportation doesn't care about that. It only cares if line of sight is blocked, which
Okay.
characters don't block.
So before
Mhm.
you do too much, do you have any way that you can move him at all?
I do.
Do you have any way that you'd be able to move him far enough so as Randus and or Ket would be outside of that aura before their turn starts? Because if not,
while immobilized.
I'm just dead.
No, not while I'm
Hmm.
immobilized. Unless, hang on, let me check the specifics of my leapity power, whether it's just it is a move power. You jump a number of squares.
Well,
You can't
jump.
You cannot jump,
Right.
unfortunately.
I have.
But you might have, we've just played so many characters. You might have a power that allows you to ignore immobilization for a turn. Although that might be something that Zanam had.
Is there anywhere within 3 squares that I could teleport and pull him away from Ket and Randus to where they would not get nuked by his face brain?
Yes, there is, but you would almost certainly be moving him either into Aurum, Little Sparkle, or both.
Which might even be worse.
Yeah.
Well, no, because their turns have gone this round. In theory, now because it's beginning of their turn.
If I am able to move one of them with my powers, or I am also able to potentially move him with my powers.
Yeah, I could also potentially swap him with me. It just wasn't, something I necessarily wanted to do because it would make him put more of us in his aura. But I could do that at some point.
Yeah. Like right now, unless Brian has a way to move him around, I just drop like a sack of bricks on my turn.
Not that I'm finding.
You have a pull. You have a pull effect, Matthew.
I do.
So here is about as far away as you can get for 3 squares. 1, 2, 3.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if you pulled him over here, if that is enough to clear either one of those guys.
Nope. And they're both on the same line, so
Yeah.
almost anywhere that he'd go, if he gets Ket, he gets Randus, unless it's just like straight to the left.
Dagnabbit. All right, there's got to be something. I know there's something. There's a way to do this. There's a puzzle piece that I'm not seeing.
What's this thing? I mean, what's this thing that he's strapped to his back? I mean, we know that it's a
big crystal-y thing.
Yeah, but
I can gain a speed bonus, but speed bonus doesn't do anything for me if I'm not moving, does it?
Correct.
So I can't add that speed bonus to a teleport.
Nope.
That is correct.
And I can't teleport 15 squares. I can leap a lot of squares. I can, okay, so I can drag him. I can't drag him far enough away to save both of you. Can I drag him far enough away to save one of them from instantaneous death?
I don't think you're far enough away. If you move over here, I don't think you're going to be far enough away to pull that aura off of him.
Yeah, again,
unless I go straight left.
So 1, 2, 3, that's going to put him here, and that still gets Ket. Right? So if you're here, he's here, or along this axis. So that's still...
Wait.
1, 2... Actually, no, 1, 2, 3. No, that would still get Ket. Here's the thing. You can get him off of Ket and Randus if you drag him down, but then you put him on Aurum and Little Sparkle.
Let me ask you a question.
You don't have the distance to move him up.
I have a semantic question.
Oh, no.
My inner Rob, he just came to me and he whispered in my ear. My inner Rob said, you pull each target to a square adjacent to you. Can I choose which square is adjacent to me?
Yes,
you can, but it still has to be.
What if I pulled him to this square here?
No,
that's still adjacent to me, right?
Every square that you move him, because it's a pull, has to be closer to you.
Yeah, it has to be towards you.
So if you can think of a way to pull him so that each square that he moves is closer to you, than the
Mhm.
last one, then yes.
All right, so Trixie Hobbit's time.
Well,
yeah. How far can you move before you do this, or does the pull have to be like? What's the range on the pull?
It's a burst 4, so
Oh,
and
okay, got
basically
it.
anywhere I can teleport, I can pull him.
Well,
It's
you'd
just a
have to
question
actually
of
still be within 4 of him.
right, but I can only teleport 3, and
Oh, I see.
I'm
I'm
All
within
right,
one of him now.
yeah.
So
Is
I mean-
Orm going to drop if he takes 100?
yes. Well, I'll
Yes.
be yes because it'll be 100 plus something else, right? So I'm at 117.
I mean, there's always just spending this turn on triage and just
Yeah, I mean, you
Uh,
should. Do you still have a minor action? You could use your warlord healing.
yeah. Second win. Let's see. Second win.
inspiring word.
A minor action heal kit, action point, attack, and then move. And then try to at least pull him off of Randus or something.
That's a good
Because
call.
Ket does have enough max hit points to survive if you get him back to max.
All right, I can inspiring word Ket. That's a minor action.
Yeah.
So if I inspiring word Ket, he will get he spends a healing surge. He'll get that surge plus 6d6.
Okay.
Am
Go
I
ahead
rolling
and roll
the
them, Matthew.
66?
What is my surge value?
Matthew, are you rolling them?
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if I needed to or if he did.
Yeah, go for it.
23 additional hit points on top of that. Healing surge.
That is exactly my hit points.
Exactly full power?
That is-
Wow,
yeah.
nice.
With my resistances and my healing surge, that puts me at exactly full.
Groovy.
Yay!
All right.
We're
I am
protected by
far
the
less
gods
worried
of
about
hair
my
care.
actions coming up.
All right, so now I can teleport and pull him off of Randus, correct?
Let's see. So you can teleport 3.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3. You pull him
Here.
1,
I
2,
go
1, 2,
1,
3. Now he'd
2,
still be
3.
I feel like I'm slightly less, squishy than
He
Ket
can
or
be
Orm.
pulled to just above Sakar, I
Yeah,
believe.
because can I pull him here, then here, then here? That's a 3. And that,
Yep. Would that get him out of range?
it should. His
Okay.
range
you wouldn't
is
be able
3,
to pull
isn't
him
it?
here because that wouldn't be closer than this
Yeah,
space.
you'd still
'cause
be
it's
1
still 2
squared away. So
if you teleport
Because the way diagonals
here,
work.
though, you can
Yeah.
pull him.
Can I teleport? Yeah, I
There.
can. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Okay, and then I can pull him here.
yeah, then you can put him on top there.
So
And
let's
that'll
put him
work.
there.
Actually, can he?
Yeah, because I would go here. That's
Go
closer.
down one
Here,
more and
that's
you can do it.
closer. Here, that's closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He's still. This spot is the only one he can pull him to right now, which means this spot would be the only one he could pull him to. If you go down one more, because it's a burst 4, correct?
Yeah, but he can only
Yeah, but
teleport
but he
3.
can only
Burst 4.
teleport
Can I
3.
teleport 3? I go 1, 2, 3.
3. Yeah,
Okay. And then yank him.
yeah, because that's still
there
1,
you
2,
go.
3. That's still within 4, and then you can pull him here, here, and here.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to Warden's Lure
the pull's automatic.
Effect. You pull each target to a square adjacent to you, then make the following attack.
Okay.
Nice.
Now it says each enemy I can see in burst. Is that also going to drag the Gooblers, or are they?
No.
Okay. Because they're not an enemy at this time?
Right.
Okay. All right. So now he's in my face. And so I've used a move. I've used a minor. I want to check on something before I attack, because if I can do it, I'm going to do it. Where the heck did it go? Okay. I keep forgetting that this is a 5-card sequence. Lifeblood is a free action when I kill an enemy. Where's the one where I get bloodied, something bad happens to him? I know there is a thing. Do you know what I'm talking about, Rodrigo?
Is it on the act of becoming bloodied?
Yes, I am bloodied and something bad happens.
Okay. Well,
to
we are past
you.
that, so it'll have to be next time you're bloodied.
Well, now I'm filled with hate. I
Yeah,
thought there
I'm
was
pretty
something I
sure
could
that's what
do.
you tried to use earlier, and you can't because it's an immediate. And
No, I was
you
trying
can't
to
do it
use
on your turn.
the Ring of Dragonborn Emperor, which is
Oh.
immediate.
Okay.
I don't like him anyway. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, it is a free action. Oh, goody, good. Okay. I'm going to hit him with my Warden's Lure. And because I'm hitting him with my Vampiric Scimitar, I'm going to give him additional vampiric.
So Warden's
Death in the
Lure is the
face.
power that pulls him?
Warden's Lure is the power that pulls him. So he is pulled. Now I must make the Warden's Lure attack. Strength
Okay.
versus AC.
Okay.
And my bonus is ridiculous because I'm awesome. 41 versus AC.
41 versus AC will hit.
Excellent. So I'm going to kick in the damage from the necrotic scimitar of necrotosing scimitariosis.
Okay.
The attack will do an extra 3d8 of necrotic damage, and
Okay,
I will
so-
regain the hit points.
Okay, so before you do that, roll the regular attack.
Okay, you want me to roll the
Because,
damage separately?
yeah, because your weapon also does d8, so that way we don't get confused.
Sure. Someday I'm gonna have my macros all up to date, but it's not gonna be for this game. 29 damage in the face.
Okay.
And an additional 13 damage, and I gain those 13 hit points back.
Okay.
Does it matter if that damage is typed?
Because
Because the 29, 29 is fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't. No, that's fine.
Okay, and then the additional 13 is necrotic.
Okay.
And I was trying to see if there's ongoing with the necrotic. No, there is not in this case. Can I action point?
Sure.
Didn't you do that already or not?
No.
No. We discussed how I could get places and do things. I would like to action point and warding smash in his big dumb face.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather do a second wind at this juncture?
A second wind would be, I think, a better thing than the putting more damage on him, because you do not want to drop and you are in bad shape. Like if you drop and start your turn in his aura, it's going to be a real problem.
Hit him in the face, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know, but you will hit him in the face less if you are dead.
Actually, that's not true, because if I die, I don't actually die right now. Hang on, let me check the thing that I thought I had that said I was not going to die.
Well, you may not
I see.
die, but you will go unconscious.
But the big
Yeah,
problem is, depending on what it brings you back at,
Yeah, if you brings
he's
you back
gonna
at like
take you down
one,
on his
you'll just
turn,
exactly
That's
you'll
fine.
just
And
and
drop
then you're
when
just
his
gonna
thing ticks
drop
again.
at the start of his turn, like I was worried about myself.
That's what I'm checking.
Okay. You can spend your free action to mark him right now, though.
Yeah, do that.
If he drops me below 0 hit points, I regain hit points as if I had spent a healing surge and gain a +5 power bonus to all defenses until the end of my next turn.
Yeah, but even if he hits you for 100 and that drops you below 0, you got to be careful that however many times he hits you doesn't drop you to your maximum hit points or you die.
Yeah,
Your
I'm just
bloody
saying,
value.
you're
Or
a
your bloody
defender.
value, yeah,
your job
correct.
is to take damage, and you can't do your job if you can't take damage because you are too low in hit points.
So I'll say this about that power, Matthew.
Hmm.
If you are sure that power gets executed not on your turn, because that's an immediate too, isn't it?
It says no action,
Okay.
personal.
So yeah, I mean, presumably whenever you drop, you just come back with how many hit points?
You regain hit points as if you had spent a healing surge.
Right. Does that put you at above 100 if you start from 0?
With my current surge value, I'll have to check. No.
Okay. So, I mean, that's the toss up, right? Is, you can deal damage now and very likely end up dropping somewhere along the way. But this thing deals a lot of damage and potentially could just kill you if you are unconscious in its aura. Things could get really bad for you.
I'd just like to say that I hate it. It's a terrible creature, and it is bad. Do I have any healing options other than just a second wind?
Maybe.
No, I used my Iron Resurgence. I have a gray one. Hang on, where'd it go? No, I used the Inspiring Word, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Iron Resurgence. I'm going to Iron Resurgence on myself. So
Do you have second win Iron Resurgence?
Iron Resurgence is a minor. It says target myself
so
or one
minor
ally
action, heal
must be
Cat,
blooded.
move action, teleport, standard
Right.
action, drag. So that's
Right.
all your
I would
actions.
have to use my action point.
I would suggest, if you're using your action point, I would suggest using your second wind, because the second wind is a standard action.
Mhm.
And if the Iron Resurgence is a minor action, that means you can at least use it throughout your turn next time.
Iron Resurgence gives me the option to spend 2 Surger.
Yeah, Iron Resurgence could get him back up to full.
No, not at this point, but it could get me damn close. Basically, 2 Surges would be 130, give or take. So
that's pretty good. That's
if I
an
use the
aura
Iron
and a
Resurgence,
fire.
I know that I can soak another attack from him, presuming that he hits me for 100 or about 100 again. If I do the Iron Resurgence, I don't know if I can guarantee that. Well, actually, what is my thing? There's too many symbols in play. What's 79 plus 65? More than 100?
130,
Yes.
144.
Definitely more than 100, yes.
Quiet you. Math is hard.
Which one?
All y'all. All right.
What is it? Shut up.
Answer me. Shut up. You can tell I'm a parent. I am going to second wind.
Okay.
Because I meant to do that. I'm going to regain 64 hit points and gain +2 to all defenses. Blabbity blobbity blue.
Remember that. That's probably going to be important.
I'm writing that down on a piece of paper right here in front of me. It says +2 defenses. And that's, you can do one thing with your Framistat. I have saved Randus from immediate destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Which is always good. You're welcome. So I guess that horrific hour and a half of wumbling was my turn.
It was actually a pretty good turn. So
Have
you got
marked
that
him
going
yet?
for you.
He is marked.
Okay. I
Actually, that
don't
is
know
not my
what
turn.
symbol means what anymore.
That is not my turn. I would like to recant that statement.
Free action.
Because don't I get a chance to save against being on fire?
But that happens at the end of your turn. So if this is the end of your turn, then go ahead and tell me what you're going to save for first, and then roll for it.
First, I'm going to save against being immobilized.
Okay, roll it.
Because that's a bigger problem for me. 17.
All right. You're no longer immobilized.
I'm going to roll against being on fire.
Okay.
6.
Still on
that's
fire.
That's a fail.
I'm on fire most days. I mean,
that's true.
It could be worse. All right.
Yeah.
So moving on to Randus, Mister. No longer in the aura, but go ahead and take 30 fire.
30 fire. Well, I got 9 resist to ongoing damage because of my superior fortitude.
Okay.
Yay.
And so let me.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking to people about online. They're like, wow, like you just deal a lot of damage to these guys. I'm like, yeah, but everybody's got ways to mitigate it. So
My way is to run away and hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
My way is to stand there and go
ahead.
rawr.
I'm going to roll my Keeper's Prescience.
Right.
With a 15. That's a decent thing to have banked. And now what the heck? Well, I guess first of all, heal. Let's go ahead and throw Curative Admixture to Sakar there.
Okay.
And let's see. So 16 plus 7 is healing surge value plus 23 hit points to heal.
Okay. Does that cost me a healing surge, or is it just healing surge value?
Nope,
That's right.
this
You
is
bank them. Okay.
Dart flying out from my Robo Fist and
Way cool, Junior.
And okay, so what do we need here? I can make a zone of combat advantage, which I think would probably help a little Sparkle, maybe.
Sure.
I could give us all like +5 to hit, but we can't do critical hits. Or I can let someone do 1 critical hit at some point during the next turn.
I mean, the combat advantage is less relevant for me because Sikar's standing on top of him,
Right
so I
there.
could get combat advantage just from that with a minor action.
Fair enough.
Do you have anything that moves Cat out of the way?
No, I don't got anything that really moves people, sadly.
I survived now, so I'm okay.
I could
I'm
also
only going to be
give
taking
someone
130 damage or 120 damage at the start of my turn.
+4 AC and reflex until the end of the encounter.
I wouldn't mind getting the crit.
The floating
because
crit.
I have a big old daily that deals 5d8 damage.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's a lot.
Is that an
Yeah.
arcane thingy?
Huh?
Is there a status site in play?
Yes. Good job, Brian. that thing strapped to his back is in fact
okay.
staticite.
That's why I was
Ah.
asking, what is this thing on his back, and why is it? Okay.
It's a crystal.
That is why Orm's wimpy fireball was particularly wimpy.
So it's doing
'cause-
like a quarter damage.
Yeah. Darn it.
So, do you still want
Oh.
that crit, even though you're going to be doing half damage with it? This is why I'm looking at all my utility stuff more so than.
Sure, that makes perfect sense.
The ability that I would use, that one, also has target is slowed, save ends. While he's slowed, I gain regen 10.
Ooh, nice.
Though he is a solo, so he's probably going to save on that.
That's
It
true.
does give me access to my best vestige. Just far and away my best vestige.
Is that a I mean,
Oh,
is the crit then going to be as important, or do you mean more along the lines of like giving you combat advantage?
Combat advantage is always helpful, and I believe I still have the bonus to the twig. So
Right.
the crits, yeah, with the status site being in play, I don't think the crit's as important. Though I do like having that option for later fights where status site doesn't come into play, and I can actually be a striker.
Yeah.
fair enough. Well, I
Just
guess
as-
before any of that, I'm going to go ahead and use my move action since I can't move anyways to do my trick of knowledge and roll an Arcana check to see what kind of weird bonuses I can get.
Okay.
Oh, that's only a 51. What would that
Did
get
you just
me?
say only a 51?
That'd get me 2 benefits. I think I'll just go with that and keep the 15 yet.
Okay.
So I will go.
Actually, sorry, go on. I was just gonna say one status site is in play, and given that we know this thing is higher level than us, another good use of the crit would be for me on me, because when I crit a foe that's higher level than me, they're going to get -5 on saving throws and won't be able to regain hit points or recharge powers until the end of my next turn.
Dang. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with a +2 bonus to all defenses, and I think +2 bonus to attack rolls with arcane powers till the end of the encounter.
That's just for you?
Yep, just for me. Let's see, where is that crit thing? I believe it's like whoever would hit next is the main issue with the crit.
Oh, sure. Then that's fine. Another time where our initiatives are a little bit closer.
Yeah, Prophecy of Doom. Let's see, ranged 5, standard action. You are an ally who hits the target with an attack and choose to make an attack critical hit. If the effect lasts, this effect lasts until the end of your next turn, or until you or an ally use it to make an attack. Critical. Okay, so basically we can choose. So if Ket does hit, he can forego it.
Oh, sure. So he just hits and it wouldn't be a crit, and we could keep that floating until I got there,
Yeah.
just to trigger deific agony. Which,
yeah, just with the chance of.
I love the names of my powers. I must say.
It's one of the best things about 4E.
Yeah.
So yeah, do we want to camp a crit on him?
I think so. I think that's better than giving up the possibility of everyone critting.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
well,
also
just
point out that Sakar has a high crit weapon, so that's like
two
an
opportunities
additional
to
D8 per tier. So
Okay.
like 3 extra D8.
All right, so I'll basically take a spotter position and be ready to yell a time to make a particularly potent strike.
Sweet.
Do that with my standard action. I'm tempted to spend an action point just so I can use my demon skin tattoo to give me some fire resistance, maybe.
If you don't have something pressing to use it on, you might want to save that.
I think I'll save it because I could probably dish out a lot of healing when we really, really, really need it.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll move on to the saves.
Okay. Which would you like to save first?
I will, I think, save. I'll try to save for the immobilized.
Okay.
Just making sure if any of these weird bonuses, I think they're all for ongoing damage. Yep. Warforged. Racial bonus, ongoing damage. Yep, so this is just going to be a straight up D20. Hey, I made it.
All right. No longer
And-
immobilized.
And I got a +2 racial bonus, a +2 feat bonus to ongoing damage, so I'll try against the fire now.
Okay.
17. So, yep,
All right.
save
That'll
there.
save. Randus
Yeah.
shakes it off.
Yep. And,
All right.
that'll be the end of
That's
my turn.
gonna take us to Ket. So, I'm sorry, Brian. So, did you put something on him after all?
Yeah, it's just one until the end of my next turn. Whoever one of my allies hits can decide to turn that hit into a critical hit.
Okay.
That's all it is to it. Range 5,
Okay.
one creature.
Okay.
And yeah, I was going to declare I have basically my arm into crossbow configuration, so I can be ready with a healer's momentum if
Okay.
need be.
Go ahead, Rob. Oh,
How much-
and by that I mean go ahead and take 100 psychic damage, and then 30 fire damage.
So 95 and 25. Got
That's fun to do, isn't it?
it. I'm bloodied.
Okay.
So status sight screws with arcane powers specifically.
Okay. Status sight, powers with arcane or divine keyword deal half damage. Movement or teleportation are cut in half, both round down.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean that you as an arcane character reduce your movement. That just means that if a power allows you to move and it has those keywords, either of those keywords, the movement is halved.
Okay. So that's half. New question. Another question on that front then.
Okay.
I have the Eldrin Ring of Passage, which adds 1 to my teleport distance.
Yeah, right.
Is that going to be before or after the halving?
That would be before the halving.
Yay! I can still move 1 with my Diabolica, or not Diabolica, with my sidestep. So I'm looking to see what the best option to actually get out of here with is. Yep, we're just going to use Ethereal Sidestep to
Okay.
go there.
Magnificent.
Actually, well, 1, 2, yeah. And then I'm going to use my minor action to curse him and whoever the closest other goober is. Basically anybody on the left wall. Oh, or the top wall. I am 6 spaces away from all of them.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use the Ring of Free Time to take a second minor action and summon a burb.
Okay.
Here-ish.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
he give combat advantage to?
He lets me do things if the opponent isn't careful and lets me use powers that I otherwise cannot.
Okay.
Then I am still going to unload with that daily. Vestige of
Okay.
Land's Soul. We're not getting combat advantage or anything like that from him, are we?
I don't think so. Well, no,
Okay.
you are because he's dazed.
He got to save against daze at the end of his turn. Did he do that?
I remember you reminding him.
Yeah, this is my double reminder.
Saved at the end of his turn.
He also gets to save against the slowed, but they're separate
Okay,
saves.
so I'll save against that and not save against the slowed.
Boo.
This guy sucks.
I wanted him to. All right. Well, as we're on that then. Vestige of Land's Soul.
I wish I could give you my 15.
That is a crit fail.
Okay. Anything on a miss?
Yeah.
Could you use the critical and make it a critical
No,
hit?
Yeah,
it
it's
has
Oh, you have to
hit.
actually hit.
Oh, well, that's a bad roll.
I mean, it's a critical.
So miss is half damage. So
Okay.
that'll be 17 damage.
Okay.
It is untyped. And I shift over to the Vestige of Land's Soul, which
So it'll take 8 damage.
Because it's arcane.
I'm guessing.
I'll have a lot of not arcane stuff. Yeah, it'll replace the it'll actually replace Larage.
Okay.
And 2 minors, move standard. Do I want to futz around with an action point? Right? Yes, I do. I heal when I spend an action point.
There you go.
I'm gonna spend my action point. When
Okay,
I
attack
spend an
him
action
again.
point to take an extra action, I regain hit points equal to my level. What level are we? 28?
Yes.
Correct.
Yay! I am still bloodied. With said action point, I am going to use. I am going to use Obedience Reward.
Okay.
It targets one ally, ranged 5. I'm going to target Sakar. The target can use a free action either to make a melee basic attack or to charge, gaining a power bonus to the attack roll of either attack equal to my intelligence modifier, so +5. Because I'm assuming Sparkle doesn't want to charge in there.
Not
So melee
especially.
basic or a charge?
Yeah, so it'll be a melee basic for you. Here, Matthew, since you're adjacent and
close.
everything.
Right
Yep, too
there in
close
his
to
face.
charge.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
have any magical powers that I can use at the end of a charge anymore. But I can
Like-
melee basic in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Am I doing that right now?
Yes, you get a +5 to this attack.
+5 to the attack.
Yep, and the +2 because of the feat.
That makes it a
Um,
45 versus AC.
That'll hit.
Awesome.
All right. If the target's attack hits, it deals 2d8 extra damage.
Oh, cool.
If it missed, it takes damage equal to the higher of my charisma modifier or con modifier, and I gain the power. It's a good thing you hit.
It is.
So what's he rolling
Hang
for
on.
damage?
Whatever his normal
red-
is plus 2d8.
So 2d8 plus 23 plus 2d8. So 49 damage.
Okay.
That's some happy damage right there in the face.
That would have been a decent
Uh-huh.
one to crit with.
Wouldn't it, though?
So
With 48 damage.
anything else that comes along with this power?
No.
That is going to bloody him.
Okay, so I
something's going to
just
happen.
bloodied him with a thing. Does my power that when I bloody a person kick in now?
Sure.
Haha, free action. All right. Do. It does set the 5 thing. This is okay. My lifeblood power kicks in, which then kicks in my crimson death power. So
Okay.
Sakaar suddenly gains +2 power bonus to speed, dark vision, the ability to give ongoing damage, combat advantage, and temporary hit points if I start my turn adjacent to an enemy taking ongoing damage. So that's lovely.
Okay.
This is not retroactive to the attack I just made, is it? To give
No.
him ongoing damage? I
No,
thought maybe it was.
because the trigger is bloodying him, right? So it wouldn't.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, he gets bloodied. So first thing that happens is he shakes off all of the regular things on him. So he's no longer slowed. He shakes off the mark and he shakes off the curse,
Wow.
and he's gonna teleport over
Lame.
here.
What a jerk.
Does he take?
Oh.
Does he shake off my
No,
decidal
he doesn't
eye?
shake off the deicidal eye. He doesn't shake off the crit thing. He
Okay,
only
cool.
shakes off specific named things in the book.
Cuckoo.
What a jerk.
Well, I might be dead.
All right. What else there, Kat?
I would like to make saves.
Okay, go for it. What would you like to do first?
Immobilized.
Okay, you're no longer immobilized.
Fire.
You're no longer on fire.
Yay.
Now save against
All right.
bloodied.
Are you still bloodied?
Yes.
I tried.
All right. That's going to take us to the second round of combat, guys.
Woof.
Solos. All right. Orem's turn. Orem takes, you don't have ongoing damage, so take 30 psychic.
All right. 87's where I'm at, so I'm not quite bloodied yet.
Good.
I am going to run the heck away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can get up here, right there.
How are you getting up there?
Certainly not by walking. Let's see. I can teleport with my face step. Phase step will, let me find it here really quick. Let me go, I think 5 squares.
Okay.
So 5 squares to teleport. Plus, so that would be 2 squares, right? Based on this.
No,
thing.
because phase step doesn't have arcane or divine tag. So
Oh, there you go. Okay.
you can
Well, then
teleport all
I
5.
will teleport 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can teleport all the way up to here.
Okay.
1, 2, 4, 5. And then I'm going to cast, I'm going to cast Ball Lightning right here. And that does kind of pin him down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ball Lightning, do you have the icon for that, Rodrigo?
Yeah, I can find it.
Okay. Ball Lightning. You conjure a medium ball of lightning that occupies 1 square within range, so the range is 10. and it makes the following attack, which is close burst 1. Each creature that starts its turn adjacent to that ball is slowed until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So, of course, then as a minor action, I can have it attack twice, or as a move action, I can move it up to 10 squares. It will stay. It lasts until the end of the encounter until I dismiss it with a free action. So I don't have to use a minor to sustain.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and attack with Ball Lightning. And that's going to do, let's see, that's 44 versus Reflex.
44 versus Reflex. Let me look. That will hit.
All right, so then 3d6 plus 7. That'll do 8 damage.
Okay, you already halved it.
Well, yeah, half of 16 is 8. So,
Okay.
And then I'm going to just go ahead and hit this dude with some magic missiles. Pow! For 17 force damage.
Okay, so 8.
Yep. And then that's it. And for people wondering, how did he use his magic missiles? It is now my quicken spell casting, which allows me to use it as a minor action.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Now, is there any way to destroy that staticide or get it off of him, or
Yeah, that's what I
knock it
wondered.
into
Can
a
we,
corner
target it?
somewhere?
There might be with the appropriate rolls.
Would we have
But
to
as
target
we
the
know,
chain around him?
no one ever makes monster knowledge rolls.
Is that just a
Everybody
free
loves Dalin. Everybody loves Dalin. That's the goblin cover of
Yeah.
no one ever makes monster knowledge rolls.
roll? Now, is that an action to do those, or is that just a free
It's a minor
action?
action.
Oh, okay. All right. My turn
Just
is done
imagine
then.
the
I have
goblin
no
cover
relevant
is like a
knowledges,
house.
so
Okay. Right, that's Orem. So a little sparkle, take 30 psychic.
yep, okay. Do I think that I am hidden from him?
You are likely hidden from him, yes.
Perfect. Then I am going to huck a dagger at him. So I'm going to use dazing double shot to throw a dagger. And I have combat advantage because he doesn't see me. So
Okay.
so it's a 45 to hit his AC.
That'll hit.
All right, then I will take that crit if you don't mind. And then I will roll. So my max damage is going to be 2d4 plus my 5d8 sneak attack. And then I also have get to add 66 from the transposing dagger, and I'm going to use the daily power on my war ring, so I'll be adding another 3d6 from that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll all the rollable ones.
Yep.
So max damage on your weapon, and then the sneak attack, war ring, and crit are still rolled.
Sorry, I think the sneak attack is max damage.
Sneak attack is max damage on a crit.
Yeah. Crit. I looked it up, and it's very unclear in the book, but like errata I saw online was like that unless something specifically says it's on a crit, it's just is considered max damage on a crit.
Yeah. I think
But
we
if
hadn't
you-
been rolling. We hadn't been running it that way though.
Oh, that's fine. I couldn't not remember. It's been a while since I crit last, so
Yeah.
I will still roll then my sneak attack. All right, so he's going to take 94 damage.
Okay.
And he is dazed until the end of my next turn. Then the effect of the power is I shift 2 squares. And then I will use the transposing daggers. Oh, you know what? I guess it has to be in that order. So I will use when I hit the target. I will swap weapons with him, swap locations with him through the transposing dagger.
Yay.
And then I will use my the effect of the weapon to shift 2 squares out of his aura.
Okay.
Sorry, I know that undermines the ball lightning, but
No.
I figured
That's fine.
appreciate not getting hit by that aura. And he's about to act. but he's dazed. So I've. Let me see if there is any other things I can do. I guess I could spend an action point.
Do you have another? I mean, he is like almost dead. Do you have another something that does incredible damage?
Not that I can do while at range. The vast majority of my powers are melee, but I don't want to get near him because he's so
Well,
mean.
I'm just saying that, if it looks like maybe 50 points of damage or...
No, it's fair. I could just like charge in there and like smack him again or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
Keep in mind, I'm up right after him. It's
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to just take him down so that he doesn't do something terrible on his action. Like it's resource efficient. Oh, I didn't add my 15 vulnerability damage, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
But I assume he's still up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got at least 50 points.
All right, then what do we got?
Or I should say maybe max 50 points.
Then yeah, actually instead of shifting to out, I will shift to towards. And then I will action point, and it's already dazed, so I don't need to. Yeah, I have combat advantage. Oh yeah, and he has that fun deacidal agony thing, so he's gonna take penalty to spells, or to spells to his saves if he survives. So yeah, let's do it. I will use Dance of Death on him. So I will slash at him several times. So let me make an attack roll again. I've got a 44 to hit his AC.
That'll hit.
All right. Then he will, let me roll some damage. Oh yeah, this is going to unfortunately do less damage because I only get to do my sneak attack once, so I don't know that I'll actually kill him, but we'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
He's a boss monster, so maybe he'll explode or something and regain 100 hit points.
All right, so he'll take 40, which includes the vulnerability.
Okay.
boss monsters, you got to kill them 3 times.
And then I didn't move yet, so let's try it. Let's see if I can get him to take the bait.
He's dazed.
Oh, he's dazed. Never mind. All right.
Right? You dazed him?
Yep.
He'd still move out of his aura.
Yeah, so then I will move out of his aura. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Go ahead.
He's got to have like 1 hit point left. I see 0 red on that bar.
I tried.
Yep, you did. Oh yeah, I see a very thin sliver of red.
Okay.
Blow on him, Sakar.
All right. Yep. It's his turn. Nobody put any ongoing damage on him, right?
Negative?
No.
Nope.
Not yet.
I tried.
Not a thing I can do.
Okay. So he's going to 1, 2, 3 teleport here.
What a jerk.
Hey, dude.
A action point.
Hmm.
Prismatic attack.
What kind of an attack is this?
The same one that hit us before.
I know, but what
Yeah.
kind of an attack is it?
This is a burst 3,
Okay.
a close burst 3. So anything in the aura, he's going to hit.
Well, I was just wanting to make sure that my gloves couldn't catch it and redirect it back to him.
That's just for ranged, right?
Attacks, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a close burst.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. 35,
Ooh.
a very low roll. Okay. Let's start with a reflex. Did that hit anybody's reflex?
No.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Let's go with fortitude. Did that hit anybody's fortitude?
No.
No.
Nope.
Let's go with will. Did that hit anybody's will?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. All right. He just whiffs it.
Woo!
I was kind of hoping I could kill him on his turn with my healer's momentum.
Oh.
We got 40
Nope.
other guys standing around. We'll get to them here in a minute.
Yeah, I think that after this,
yep.
I'm going to declare myself their lord. And
is he saving against dazed?
no, it's just until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Did any of the other nonsense you guys put on him save ends?
My thing's
No,
gone.
I missed.
Okay.
I don't do nonsense.
Not ongoing damage
you mean
nonsense,
you
but
mean you
anything.
haven't gotten a chance to do nonsense?
Correct.
Okay.
We're not in the Feywild.
So we'll go over to Sakar. Sakar is still on fire, so
Finish
please
him.
take 100 psychic damage and 30 fire.
Now, is that psychic damage? Is that something with a psychic keyword?
Technically, the aura probably has a psychic keyword, but it's not an attack.
Mother pus bucket. All right.
And then
So
you can
you
try and
said
save
30
against
fire.
You can try and save against the fire before you take it if you want.
So I can save against the fire and not take it?
If you save, you don't. Yep. So yeah, you save without taking it. Hooray for being a warden. But you still take the 100 psychic.
100 points of psychic damage. Man, I got to get me some sort of psychic resistance or some such. Oh, well. You know what they say. Life sucks. Get a helmet.
Well, one preferably
That's
that
probably
blocks
where
the
a
psychic damage.
resistance would have come from.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Didn't we spend a whole episode trying to get me a helmet, and then you guys were like, no, not as fine. All right, hang on. Let me check on something. That 100 points of damage does bloody me.
Okay.
But it's on your turn again.
Sucks.
It's a free action. I thought.
Well, and the thing that triggered doesn't untrigger because I'm unbloodied.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
already
I
happened.
can't-
He got bloodied. He triggered the thing, or
Right.
he bloodied it. That thing triggered.
Right. The thing that I was, Brian's right. The thing that I was thinking about that I could do when I'm bloodied, I can't do on my own turn. But you know what I can do on my own turn?
Walk up and
Jump.
smash him in the face.
Just jump right over and warding smash him right in the face.
Okay.
And
Heck
hope
yeah.
that he dies. Is there any place I can jump where I would get any type of combat advantage, or am I just, leaping in and busting his chops?
No, there is, you actually always get you get combat advantage on him right now because he's
Oh.
dazed. So you can jump
Actually, I
wherever
get
you
combat
want as
advantage
long
on him
as you're
right now because
adjacent.
I'm a blood monster too. Haha.
Yeah.
That's 2 combat advantages. That means I get a +4.
No.
No.
49 versus his AC.
That'll hit.
Or,
Sweet.
excuse me, 49 versus his reflex. I'm sorry. Does it still hit reflex?
Versus reflex, that still hits. Yeah.
Okay. Because this is my warding smash, which is smashy and warding. Okay, so plus that. What's that other thing? 56 damage.
That'll kill him.
I'm rolling well on damage.
Woo!
That's 3 8s, man. That's
Yeah.
Chop his head off.
Yep.
Was that a daily?
Sakar chops his head off and catches it by the gem.
Kerchunk. Now I have his head.
time
Yep.
to run.
Get out of our way and don't talk, or we'll be back for you too.
I'm gonna raise his head and scream, "I am the god of hellfire," or something incredibly intimidating.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intimidate check.
Well, I'm good at those.
I think these guys work for the god of hellfire.
Well, I didn't mean literally, Brian. Jeez.
Their gift.
They may take it literally.
37 intimidate.
Well,
That's bad.
a 37's pretty good, given that you just chopped their boss heads off. They take off running.
Yay.
Woo. Yay.
Can we dig that gem out of that dude's head?
Yeah, presumably.
I'm gonna take something and just
Okay.
dig the gem out of the guy's
Alright.
head.
Yes, Sakar puts the guy's head under his arm and tries to yank out the gem, and after a couple tugs, it comes off.
Right.
What's it look like?
Yeah. Is there a person inside?
When you look at it, it looks like a glossy black gem. I don't know. It's not really obsidian. It's like an incredibly dark sapphire. But yeah, when you turn it and spend some time looking at it, it does look like there's somebody inside. In a very similar way that Orem was doing, you see a person walk by, like they're trying to find their way out. Long hair, pointy ears, really, really fancy robes, green eyes with pupils. You spot the hilt of a really immaculate-looking straight sword as this person walks by.
Is it Coralon?
Yeah, since you've seen him, you recognize this as Coralon.
Oh, we got to get him out of there.
Yeah. To be like, no kidding. The only way we've been able to get you out of there, though, was the
Queen.
The rebellious daughter. Or the
Well, yeah, or what she goes by now, the
Indignant.
Queen's irrefutable voice or
Irreproachable. That's close.
irreproachable.
irreproachable
All I
voice.
could
So
think of was obsequious, and I knew that was wrong.
No,
if
that's
she
kind of the opposite of how she comes across.
if she shows back up, then we'll definitely ask her to let the god out of here. But
I look at Randus and said, "You mean you didn't do a thing to find out how she did that?"
No, I don't even really remember. How did she do it?
I mean, she used
She had
her
like
fancy tuning fork.
Yeah, her fancy air guitar to.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
her
but
fancy
can you-
guitar.
Yeah, keytar. Sorry.
Can you maybe replicate it?
Do I think this is something I could replicate?
The guitar?
How to put this? This is like them asking you, a rocket scientist, like a full-on jet propulsion laboratory top scientist, to perform brain surgery.
Yeah, I really don't know, guys. It's really kind of out of my knowledge base.
Can you just smash it with your hammer or something?
Yeah, we've definitely tried smashing before. It does
Smashing does not work.
It does not work.
So, are all of these things that Asmodeus duplicated of ours, are they inferior or superior to the original?
Well, I'd assume this one's pretty superior, considering it could have a whole god in there.
Could we attack it with the starfish?
It seems like
and
a
only
bad
if we
plan.
want to kill the Corlon, which I do not.
No, I don't want to.
All right, I think we have to move on from here and continue with Plan A, unless we can have some way of contacting the Queen's irreproachable voice, which I don't think we do.
No. She just kind of tends to show up every now and again.
Can I put that in my bag of holding, my handy haversack?
Sure. You can write down one god.
Orem has one god in his pocket, and another one is sipping some champagne. All right. Well, how about we wrap it up there this week, everybody? Thank you for downloading and checking us out. Yay, we found out what happened to Coralon. Boo, we still don't know what those weird egg things do. But anyway,
yes, we do.
Well, kind of. We don't know
where they do.
We know what they do.
We don't know what they are.
Yeah.
If you have some suggestions or thoughts about what they are, why don't you head over to our Discord server in the Critical Hit chat area, and you can chat away and share all your ideas. Some people have some really good ideas over there, Rodrigo, about what's going on and what's coming up next.
Yeah.
And you can share your thoughts, your theories, your ideas, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. None of those things come true, but you can all do it over at our Discord server. You can find a link in the show notes. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.